Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to create this photo planet effect in Adobe Photoshop. Now, to create this effect, I used this image here to the right, and this is the end result I got here on the left. It's by using a few simple steps we can achieve an image that looks just like this. So let me show you. First, I'm going to copy this image and I'm going to create a new canvas, and there it is. Now, first of all, if you're going to create the planet effect, if we take a quick look, the image is circular, and to get this precise, seamless circle, the first thing we want to do is we need to align the photo. And what I mean by that is if I put this margin guide down here, you can see if we look on the left, you can see where the ground just comes off the edge of the canvas there. If we compare it to that on the right, you can see that it's not aligned. What we need to do here is we need to align these, and this might not seem clear right now, but it will do shortly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all, and I'm going to cut the layer. I'm just going to paste it, and by pressing Command T, I'm going to activate the free transform. I'm just going to rotate this image slightly, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to align that image so as the ground comes off the side of the canvas, it's the same on the left and the right, at the left point and the right point. So let's just do that slowly. And that looks about fine. That'll look fine. Now, what you've got here is, because we rotated that image, we've got some white area up here and some white area down there. We're going to need to fill that in, which is easily done using the clone tool. I'm going to use the clone tool, and I'm going to find an area I like and just press and hold Alt and click once. And then if I move my mouse over where I want to clone that area, I can do it there. So I'm just going to click and hold and fill in this space here. It does that very, very easily. I'm going to press Alt and click there. Fill in the space, nice and easy. Press Alt, click there, and just drag it over there, nice and easy. And again on the grass, pressing Alt and clicking, and then releasing Alt to actually clone that area. And again over here, pressing Alt and holding Alt and pressing on the left mouse to click that, and again release Alt and click on the left mouse to fill in that grass. Now that's perfect. The next thing we're going to do is we're quickly going to crop the image. Press C to pull up the crop tool. I'm just going to crop the whole canvas quickly. We're doing that because when we rotated the image, part of the image went off the canvas, and that's going to interfere with our filter when we use it in just a moment. So we cropped it to just make it nice and clean. And the next thing we're going to do is then go to Image, Rotate 180 degrees, and we can get rid of this margin guide. We don't need that anymore. And we're going to go to Image, Image Size. Now we need to make it a perfect square. So I'm going to make the width 30 and make the height 30, and we're going to keep the resolution the same, and click OK. And you'll notice that it's made a perfect square. It's squashed the image slightly, but that's what we want. And then we're going to go to Filter, Distort, Polar Coordinates, and if we just zoom out there, you can see what's going to happen to the image. Now there's two options. You can either go for polar to rectangular, and if you click on that you can see what will happen, but we don't want that effect. We want the rectangular to polar. When we click OK, you can see exactly what's happened. Now I'm going to go to Image Rotate 180 degrees. I'm just going to press Command T just to pull up that free transform option. I'm just going to rotate it slightly because I want that tree to be sort of center to the top there, and press Enter. And again you can see we've got this white area in the top and the bottom, but that doesn't really matter because what I want to do is I want to crop this image. By pressing Shift I can crop in a nice square like that. So I'm going to do that, click and hold and drag, and I'm going to move my crop area just to about there, get in the middle, because I'm just going to crop away some of that outer image, because it's looking a bit distorted out there, and that's what I want really. That is just fine. But what you'll notice is often when you use this filter, this effect, this distort polar coordinates filter, you get a line that comes all the way down here. Now you can see why we had to align that image at the beginning, because now you can see that it joins it at the beginning, because if we hadn't, then this circle would have come around and stopped there, and this part would have come around, and it just wouldn't have lined up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get rid of this line here, and that's quite easily done. It's going to take a little bit of tweaking, but we can start off by using using the clone tool, and we can just to get this grass here, we're pressing Alt. I'm going to put it there. And the good thing about CS5 is that when you use the clone tool, it will show you what's going to come up before you actually press. So this is going to be a bit tricky, but I'll zoom in there and see what I can do. Whoops. Let's see what I can do there. So make the brush small, press Alt, click. I could just do that. There you go. So it's not perfect, but it does the job. I'm just going to get rid of that line here. Now this is going to be a little bit more tricky. This area is going to be a bit more tricky, because if I just go ahead and clone, you can see that this actual swirl is going around in a circle. So it looks like I pressed undo a couple of times there. Went back too far. Let's quickly crop this again. There you go. So I want to get rid of this area here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my selection tool. I'm going to use the lasso tool, and I'm just going to click around this area here. I'm just going to go around there, and I'm going to follow the stroke pattern, which is going around in a circle. I'm going to copy by pressing Command C. I'm going to copy that area, and then press Command V to paste. You'll notice we've just copied a bit of that cloud there. If I press Command T, again, I'll bring up that free transform, and then what I'm going to do is just going to rotate it around and put it in place. Maybe a little bit, change it a little bit. Let's put it there. And I'm going to be quite cheeky, and I'm going to use the eraser tool. I'm going to get the brush up quite big, but instead of just going ahead and deleting, I'm going to change the opacity to about 40%. And I want to get a brush which is a feathered brush, and if I start to click, I'm going to start to blend in that area there. I'm just going to start to blend it in. Just blend it in slowly, and as you can see, you're beginning to blend it in so you can barely tell that it's happening, and it's just going with the curvature of the clouds there. I'm just going to bring up the eraser tool again, toggle the size of the brush, and you can just slightly blend it in. You can see we've still got a bit of line there, but that can be, get rid of that. I think we can get away with using the clone tool on that one. Let's try this. That'll do. We can get away with that, I think. We can get away with that. Maybe not. Yeah, I think we can get away with that. Right, so we've generally got the image we want. And if I'm just going to click on the layer above it, come back to my layers panel, click on the layer above. I'm just going to click on the menu, and I'm just going to merge that down so that we've got our solid image there. I'm happy with. And normally that would be it, but I'm just going to do two more things just to give it a bit more pizzazz. First of all, because it's not a very high quality image and it looks a little bit pixelated, I'm just going to go to filter and sharpen just a little bit, just to get a bit more clarity on that black tree there. And then I'm going to come over to my layers panel and duplicate the layer. Okay, and in my layer blending modes up here, I click that, I'm going to click overlay, and that just brings out the colors. It makes those colors pop, but that's a bit much. That's a bit too much. So I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to change the opacity to about 45%. Let's have a look at that. So if I toggle the toggle the visibility of this layer, we can see the difference. It really pops that color, those colors. And what it's doing is it's making that center bit a bit dark, so I'm going to get my eraser tool, just bring it up a little bit, pressing on the keyboard to toggle the brush size. Nifty little shortcut. Just with the opacity at 40%, it's going to click away on that just to bring back the lightness of that grass circle in the middle. And that's it. That is our psychedelic photo planet effect in Photoshop. Well, I hope you enjoy this video tutorial and have fun with this effect. You can get some really interesting effects. There's endless possibilities. This is just one of them. But if you enjoyed this video, do subscribe, because there will be a lot more videos like this coming out soon. So keep up to date and stay tuned for those. Well, have fun, guys, and I'll see you next time.